Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. Well, I'm very honored to be here on this occasion and to be invited to join in the celebrations of these various different great milestones. Nai Bunman's 80th birthday, due tomorrow, and the imminent 50th anniversary of the Samatha community and Samatha Trust Association, and the establishment of this place 25 years ago. Listening to Charles and also contemplating these kind of events, marking these milestones in our lives. Sometimes people ask, well, surely Buddhism is about letting go of identity. Surely it's about, say, not attaching to time and self and these kind of worldly events. And isn't it written in the scriptures? Nibbana is the cessation of becoming. Nibbana is to do with the letting go of attachment to time and to particular personal events, and that whole process of bhava, the heart's bondage to always seeking the next thing, always leaning into the future. So even notwithstanding Charles's inspiring comments, maybe there's a few people saying, well, hang on a minute, I thought this was all about not becoming anything. This is all about letting go of things, and Nibbana is the cessation of becoming. So it's good to contemplate how these two principles might fit together, how the natural quality of gathering together to celebrate these occasions, these auspicious milestones that appear in our lives, and this deeper principles of Dhamma. Reflecting on this, you can also consider that as the Buddha was reaching the end of his own life in the world, in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, describing the Buddha's last days, he encourages his disciples to go and visit the places where he was born, the place where he was enlightened, the place where he gave the first teaching, and the place where he would reach his final passing away in Kusinara. And that there should be shrines erected at those places, and his relics, his remains should be kept there, and that for people to go and visit those and to take the time and trouble and effort to travel to pay their respects at those places would be for their long-lasting welfare and happiness. So the Buddha, as we can easily recognize, he wasn't doing this as an ego trip. He was not trying to just sort of celebrate his personality, but he was taking it as an opportunity to, or encouraging it as an opportunity for people to, say, recollect those qualities that the Buddha embodied, to recollect his wisdom, his compassion, his kindness, and the quality of selflessness embodied by the Buddha, the qualities of awareness, vicca, and the quality of his conduct, the purity of his conduct and way of being, vijja charana sampanno. So that I feel it's good to consider these milestones that are being recognized today, to celebrate Nai Bunman's reaching 80 years, and the Samatha Association nearly 50 years, and Green Street 25 years, that in the same way, rather than focusing on these sort of particular achievements or things to identify with as, yay, we made it 25 years. We don't have to take these things personally, but we can take those milestones as an opportunity to recollect that which is good, that which is noble, that which is liberating in our lives. On a couple of occasions when the Buddha was speaking about these events in his life, a couple of these come to mind in this respect. How on one occasion Ananda and a group of the monks were gathered together in the hall, and they were asking Venerable Ananda about the events and extraordinary occurrences that were known to have happened, or rumoured to have happened, around the birth of the Bodhisattva. And Ananda describes this long list of different events, how that while the Buddha's mother, Queen Mahamaya, when she was expecting him, she experienced no physical pain, her mind became naturally pure. When he was born, he was born from his mother standing up, and that as he was born from his mother, then devatas appeared and caught him before he reached the ground, and streams of cool and warm water sprung forth from the air and washed the newborn babe and the mother. And how after each of these particular qualities, he says, and this was a wonderful and marvelous quality of the Tathagata. And then he said how after the infant Bodhisattva was born, he took 7 steps, and which is very unusual for a newborn baby, we would all recognize. And then declared, I am the foremost in the world, I am the leader in the world. Again, very unusual for a small baby to be speaking and making very emphatic declarations of that kind of nature. So this is a wonderful and amazing, incredible quality of the Tathagata, of the Blessed One. And so as it often happens in these stories, the Buddha shows up at that point and says, for what reason, for what cause are you gathered here together, and what was your conversation that I interrupted when I arrived? And so then Ananda, being one gifted with perfect recall, then recites the entire exchange that he'd had with the other monks. And then the Buddha said, would you like to hear of another wonderful and marvelous quality of the Tathagata? And you think, now we're going to hear some really interesting stuff. You can almost feel the monks leaning forward. Okay, now what we heard from Venerable Ananda was amazing already, but now the Blessed One is going to gift us with some even more amazing, incredible stories. And he says, and I recognize there are many Pali scholars here, so I ask for forgiveness for misquoting the suttas, mistranslating Pali terms, but you can take this as a free rendering. So the Buddha said, when a feeling arises within the mind of the Tathagata, he knows this feeling has arisen. That feeling abides in the mind of the Tathagata. He knows this feeling is abiding in the mind of the Tathagata. When a feeling fades away in the mind of the Tathagata, the Tathagata knows this feeling has faded away. When a perception arises, when a thought arises in the mind of the Tathagata, he knows this thought is arising, this thought is abiding, this thought is passing away. And these two are wonderful and marvelous qualities of the Tathagata. So this is one of my favorite teachings that you find in the suttas, because it describes both how there is that extraordinary and miraculous aspect of the Buddha's life and his example, but there's also this extraordinary pragmatism on the part of the Buddha, and also bringing it home to what really matters. Saying, it's kind of amazing if somebody is born and then devatas appear from nowhere and catch them, and the streams of warm and cool water wash them down, and they can walk and talk right after birth. But what's really amazing is that we can watch our minds. What is really amazing is that we can see a thought arising, being present in the mind and passing away. That's miraculous. And that's the miracle that the Buddha wanted to point to, is not being able to talk at the moment of birth, but to the kind of miraculous quality that can really free the heart, that can help to develop, support the development of wisdom and fulfillment of our potential as human beings. And there, as a parallel incident that occurs as the Buddha is lying under the sala trees in Kusinara, just before the parinibbana, before his life in the human realm comes to an end. And again, Ananda is getting a bit gushy. The Venerable Ananda's great characteristics is sort of enthusiastic optimism and positivity and deep deep devotion for the Buddha, and he said, "Yeah, this is amazing. This is incredible. The sala trees have broken out into flower out of season. The celestial musicians you can hear their music playing in the sky. There's thousands of devatas and deities have gathered from the four quarters to be present. This is extraordinary, amazing. Never before has the Tathagata, has the Blessed One, been so honored, so revered, so gloriously worshipped." And the Buddha said, "Yes, Ananda, this is true. You're absolutely right. Never before has the Tathagata been so honored, so revered, worshipped in a glorious fashion. But do you know how someone, if they really want to honor and revere and express their devotion to the Tathagata, do you know what they should really do?" Again, you can feel Ananda kind of leaning forward, waiting to get the kind of the next part of the story. And the Buddha said, to truly honor and revere and respect the Tathagata in the best way, then one should practice the Eightfold Path. Oh. No music in the skies, no rainbows, no mandarava blossoms raining down from the heavens, but just, oh right, practice. Oh yeah, right. Yes. So these are in a way talking about the worldly and the unworldly, or the worldly and the transcendent qualities, or in some ways the external aspects of practice and the internal. So these external acts of devotion, like gathering together for this Mahasamaya here in Green Street, this exquisite valley here in the Welsh borders. It's a perfect Welsh summer day, excuse me. And to gather together with all our friends. I recognize many old friends here from way back when. Some I didn't even recognize, because we haven't seen for more than 20 years. But we have these ways of making puja, offering flowers and candles and incense. This is what is called amisa puja, or the material offerings. But the Buddha also pointed to what is called patipati puja, or the offering of practice, is of a more refined and superior quality. So to close my reflections for today, I would like to suggest that the best way that you can celebrate your revered teacher's birthday, and to kind of honor him in the most complete and full and glorious way, is to carry out his instructions. Oh no, not that. Can't I just give you flowers? Can I write a check? This is the unfortunate truth, or the wonderful truth, is that the way that what pleases a teacher most is that those who are listening, those who are the students, actually carry out the instructions. And that is what is most delightful. So when the Buddha was giving his not exactly chastising instructions to Ananda, but those kind of offering those reflections back to Ananda about what's wonderful and marvelous about the Buddha, and what is the best way of honoring and revering, to bring these things to mind, and to recognize that this is the most beautiful and wonderful kind of offering, is to purify your own hearts, and to liberate yourself from all greed, hatred and delusion. And I think that would be the most wonderful birthday present for your teacher, and also your other many people here who've been instructors and leaders of the Samatha community for so many years. Lance Cousins, and I see Peter Harvey and many others here who've been sort of part of this community and leading figures within it, helping out and doing things. Charles, who's been organizing this event with great diligence. The most wonderful and beautiful offerings to make in gratitude to all that they've done and given, and everyone else who's participated in the life of this community, is to carry out the instructions, the encouragement of the Buddha and of your teacher, Nai Bunman, to do everything that is possible to free the heart from ignorance. And this is how we in a sense, it's that very letting go of of identification, letting go of all ignorant attitudes and habits. That is what brings about the cessation of becoming, a cessation of our, say, ignorant attitudes towards life. It brings about the cessation of dukkha, and that is of great blessing to ourselves and a great blessing to everyone around us. So I offer these thoughts for consideration today.